So hello and welcome everyone to our Mecanzo video series. Today we are going to talk about an important concept, and that is a pulley. So what do you think a pulley is? We are going to discuss it in detail through these three steps: introduction, activity time and conclusion. So take a trip through mechanics with the pulley. It is a simple machine with two parts, a rope and a wheel with grooves. Because the pulleys are made to reroute force, lifting and moving large objects is made simpler. For example, you must have heard stories about the village where people draw water from the well using a pulley. It basically changes the direction of the force and thus making it easier for you to pull something. For example, if you're taking water out of the well, it is much easier if you're pulling the bucket at an angle, like pulling it towards yourself rather than lifting it off the ground, underground, lifting it from the underground, right? So you can even try this activity. You take a bucket and you try to lift it directly from the ground, and then you can attach a rope to the bucket and move the rope over the pulley and then pull it. See which one is more easier, right? So these are some real life objects where pulley does the work. So water well, window blind, crane, flagpole, elevator. A pulley is like a helper that makes lifting heavy things easier. It's a tool that uses a rope and a wheel to help us move stuff up or down. Even on construction sites, you must have seen that construction people use a pulley to move heavier things up into the building because it is way easier that way. Instead of a car, we use a bucket or something heavy that we want to move, right? So there are two types of pulley. The first one that we're going to talk about is the fixed pulley. So if the pulley is fixed, basically what the word explains is if the pulley is fixed somewhere like a wall or a ceiling, it is called a fixed pulley, right? So you can pull the bag up using less efforts. It's like the pulley makes the bag go up by changing the way we pull, right? So this is called a fixed pulley, and the other type of pulley is called the movable pulley. So imagine a hook on the ceiling. If you attach a pulley there and then tie a rope to a heavy bag, you can pull up the bag using less effort. So we have just learned about the two types of pulley, that is the movable pulley and the fixed pulley. Okay, and I want you to study a bit more about fixed and movable pulleys. So you can search and ask your mentor, ask your teacher about some examples of a fixed pulley and a movable pulley and where are they specifically used, right? Don't be scared to ask questions because this is how you grow. Fun fact, if you use more than one pulley like on a sailboat, it makes lifting even easier. So a pulley is like a friend that helps you lift things without using all your muscles. It's a cool way to make works simpler. So let me just tell you a small example. For example, you have a bucket that weighs, for example, 40 kgs, right? So if you are using just one pulley, the weight of the bucket will be almost the same. But if you are using two pulleys, the weight of the bucket will now become 20 kgs. And if you are using three pulleys, the weight of the bucket will now become 1/3. And in fact, if you use four pulleys, the weight of the bucket will now become 1/4. So as you keep on increasing the pulleys, the weight of the bucket will go down and down. So the more the pulleys you use, the better it is and easier it is for you to pull something towards you, right? So here is another example. I just explained you something with a bucket, but here is an example that if imagine you and your friends want to lift a heavy box onto a tree house. So instead of using just one pulley, you can use a bunch of them working together. This is called a combination of pulleys. When you have more than one pulley, like two or three, it's like they are all helping each other. Each pulley makes the job a little easier. So they're just explaining what I just told you about the story. It's like when you and your friends work together on a project, things get done faster and easier. So here's a small quiz for you. How does a pulley work? By making things invisible, by using magic, by using a rope and a wheel to help lift things by changing colors. What are the two main parts of a pulley? Handle and switch, rope and string, wheel and rope, wheel and stick. So let us know the answers in the comment section. And now we have a small activity for you. The first is, this is the well model that we are going to make. So for the base, what you are going to do is take two small L bars and attach a medium plate on those two L bars and connect and tighten them with 4 bolts of 0.5 inches. Now, what you have to do is use two small L bars and attach them perpendicularly to the medium plate using 4 bolts. Now, on the two perpendicular bars, you have to pass a 6-inch shaft through the holes of the L-shaped bars. Now, in the middle, you have to attach a pulley, and on either side of the pulley, you have to use an axle lock so that it doesn't deviate left or right. And now finally, you have to secure the shaft by connecting two axle locks on either side of the shaft. So hence you are done with your pulley, and now you can attach a rope to it and you can pull a bucket. Okay, so now we have a practical problem, that lifting a heavy bag with a pulley. Imagine you need to lift a heavy bag of groceries up to your treehouse. The bag is too heavy to lift by yourself. You have a rope and a pulley. Can you figure out how to use the pulley to make the task easier? Challenge. Using the rope and pulley, how can you lift the heavy bag of groceries up to your treehouse? Draw a simple picture to show to your mentor. Hint. Think about where to place the pulley, where to attach the bag, and where to pull the rope and make the bag go up. So this is the activity for you, and this is the design problem. I hope that you are able to figure it out, and you can always ask your mentor for help. Alright. So in conclusion, all I have to say is that pulleys are versatile, simple machines consisting of a grooved wheel and a rope. They efficiently redirect force, making the lifting of movement of heavy loads more manageable. Understanding the mechanics of pulley systems is crucial for optimizing efficiency in a wide range of applications, from basic uses like flagpoles to more complex machinery. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, learned something new, and at the end I would just like to say that keep moving forward and try to learn something new every day. Thank you so much for watching. Signing out, Aditya Rathod.